Dr. Life in the business of saving lives. Yo, what's the Father's why? What's the Father's why? That's the question. What's the Father's why? Balling for masterpieces. Every day we get up and grind for daily bread, and we ball for the dominion, to maintain dominion of these masterpieces that he's given us.
It's February 1st, 2015. We about to make this the most historic Black History Month ever, just so we could save as many of these little guys as possible. We're gonna we're gonna correct the history, we're gonna set the record straight, and we're gonna get down to the bottom of it and fix all of these issues. Alright, let's do it right now. We got 28 days. Let's get it in, y'all. Say peace. Peace.
So we put together one of the illest teams. One of the illest teams based off of the command to give the individual training up these children in the way that they should go, all of the resources to be able to cause them to, when they are old, they will not depart from the training. Or more importantly, when it's Super Bowl time, when their number is called, they can execute. That's what that means. Training up a child in the way that they should go means you take them out there every day and you put them in position. Put them in position that when their name is called, when the bright lights is on, that the repeated recreation over and over, the dedication daily. But what's the Father's why? The Father's why is the promise. Is the promise to the mother of that seed, of all of these seeds, that he will separate them seeds. If you train them up, I'll separate them. If you prepare them, I'll provide a way of escape for them. If you put the resources in their life, I'll make sure they grow in wisdom and in stature and favor with God and man. So as I look around, in society, and I see the hurdles and the challenges, I see the obstacles, I see the traps and the snares set. So it's my job to communicate to this generation, the young and the older ones that we've already trained up. To the older ones, your name is being called. Your numbers is being called. It's time to execute. All of the training is game time right now. Why? Because the little ones is looking and watching. What's the Father's why? The Father's why is his word, that all God's promises are yes. Yes, I will give you the desires of your heart. Yes. If you lock in with me, yes. So every woman that is locking in, the answer is yes. What's the Father's why? The answer is yes. And we put a team together so that if you're in an area or a place surrounded by liabilities, we put a system together called a layer cycle. We go around in every community where our people are, where our young people are, where our family members are, and we physically come in and we build as first responders a wildlife sanctuary and establish a perimeter so that any liabilities, any men that are turnovers, any obstacle, any threat has to remain outside of the boundary so that you can do the job of raising them up. Hello? I don't know if I got FaceTime. I don't have to set it up. I know that. I probably could put it on while you need to.
At the very same time that America refused to.
Okay. All right, later.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land.
So this Dr. Martin Luther King laying out the obstacles that was there in the 60s and telling his brothers to join him as he was turning about to try and economically, he like forget all this civil rights stuff. Economically, we gonna fight for the poor man's campaign. We gonna economically go get these resources. And I know it's 40 something years later, but better late than never. We got the system, we got the cycle. And all we want you to do is tap in.
Through an act of Congress, our government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest, which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farms. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. This is what we are faced with, and this is the reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we are coming to get our check.
Wait a minute. It didn't disappear. You might forget Martin Luther King was assassinated in April. The Poor People's Campaign was supposed to go to Washington in April. Mm-hmm. So the organization that mobilized it was essentially decapitated and thrown into chaos about 3 weeks.
Y'all want to see the new Poor People's Campaign? Oops. I didn't mean to do that.
Definitely, there's a lot.
Show y'all the new Poor People's Campaign. where we finishing the work. The challenge that was laid down that nobody wanted to pick up. And all the civil rights leaders wanted to do was attach themselves to the system and earn a living, eke out a living, maintaining the status quo of oppression. That's what the civil rights leaders chose to do when they left Dr. Martin Luther King out there on his own by himself. If there was an army of them rolling with him, but I'm going to show you an army. I'm going to show you an army that's out here fulfilling the desires of that little one's heart. Every individual that I'm going to show you is an active team member that we literally play on to provide disaster relief services. Just like Dr. Martin Luther King was saying, yo, they done stacked the deck. They betting against us. They're preparing. They are actually putting resources in the lives of other people and purposely not putting these same resources in our lives. So that calls for a response for another group of people to go and put resources in the lives of the people who they're not putting the resources in. And I'm going to show you that we put a team together. And then I'm going to show you the present day civil rights leaders, the present day entertainers, the present day so-called stars, the present day Uncle Toms, not Uncle Toms, the present day Sambos. Maintaining the status quo. This is the team. This is the team for you to join. All we're going to do is keep doing the same thing you see on the screen. And just know that these individuals are being highlighted because when nobody was looking, they was doing these things. You seeing them on TV now. But for years, when nobody was looking, when there wasn't no cameras around, they was putting the resources in the lives of the people. What I'm trying to tell you is the formula for success on this team, which I have meticulously documented. And I'm really sharing this with my young people who having choices to decide whether to go to these careers or not, whether to go and get these. Listen, you got a blueprint of success. 6 figures ain't nothing for this group that I'm talking about. Millions of dollars ain't nothing for this group. But you'll never see it if you don't run the play. You'll never see it. You'll never see the success. And the fake success that they promote, it's not this because it's at the expense of the people. That ain't success. That's artificial. That's fake prosperity. This is real.
Shoes. I basically took my brand new pair of sneakers off and went and gave it to him.
That motivated Andre to start It's From the Soul. He collects donated shoes, determined to get them onto the feet of as many homeless people as possible.
I need volunteers. I need help. I need people also to go into your closet and grab the things that you just want, and let's give them to the people who need.
When we come to videotape Andre's story, he thinks our producer is from a local news station, doing a profile on people who are giving back. We ask him to show us the best kinds of sneakers people can donate if they want to help. But he has no idea we have another producer posing as the store manager. And boy, is he in for a big surprise.
Hi, how are you? What's your name?
Andre McDonald.
Well, Andre, guess what? You are the 1 millionth customer today. Guess what? There's more. We are giving you 60 seconds to grab any pair of shoes over in this area, and whatever you grab, you get to keep for free. Are you ready? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready to come with me?
I'm ready to go.
All right, let's go. Ready, set, go. Come on, Andre. You got this, Andre. You got this, Andre. Come on, Andre. Let's go, Andre. You got this. Come on. 3, 2, 1. Andre, guess what? You just got pranked by the Meredith Vieira show. We're taking you to the Meredith Vieira show right now.
When Andre realizes he can keep the shoes and he's going to be on our show, he's overcome with emotion.
I've been doing this for 3 years by myself, and it's so overwhelmed. And I want to help more people. I want to help more homeless people. I feel like I'm dreaming.
Please welcome Andre McDonald. You're not dreaming at all. Well, you were a man on a mission when you knew you had 60 seconds to grab those sneakers.
Funny thing, I thought it was a joke. I was like, oh, Adidas is doing a college promotion. Why are these cheerleaders in front of the store? It was very funny.
You give out thousands of shoes to the homeless. What's the initial reaction you get when you approach somebody?
Sometimes the people, they take them, or once you show them the sneaker, they're like, yeah, I'll take it. Definitely. There's a lot of people in New York City and all across this country, they're walking around with no...
Listen, I'm talking about dominion. Listen to me. I'm talking about how to take your dominion. You take your dominion by giving somebody else dominion. It's simple. That's what this team does. I'm going to show it to you. It's the illest. Balling for masterpieces. Cats be out here talking about balling in the rap industry. These niggas ain't balling. I'm going to show you balling. We start with the shorties. We start with the shorties at 7 years old, first grade. I'm going to show you. We start at 7 years old, putting financial, listen, we call it IBTC. In the beginning, break the cycle. In the beginning, break the cycle money. Or in the beginning, Baymack the cycle. Baymack means be about your money at all costs. But be about specific money at all costs. Championships. Champions. Health and wellness. $1 trillion industry. Health and wellness, $1 trillion industry, right? 6-time boxing champion. 6-time boxing champion. Fought with Layla Ali. Health and wellness. Have life coaching is what we call it. Let's get ITV fit. In the beginning fitness. Health and wellness. It's a almost $2 trillion industry. All of the individuals in this room lead teams and groups of individuals to not only take back ownership of their health, but also their financial future. Talk about poor man's campaign. How many people in our community is riddled with high blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, all of the chronic illnesses. And there's an industry out here, the health and wellness industry out here. And then we come from backgrounds where we're producing some of the greatest figures ever that the world has ever known in competitive recreation, and our health situation is terrible. My people perish for lack of knowledge. My people perish for lack of vision. When you fail to see that which is killing you, and when you fail to make the adjustments in a team environment, we call that losing. That's called losing in the team environment. If we on the court and somebody scored, all right, they scored that time down. Somebody come back and down, they score again. They come back and down, they score again. Now, whoever is defending that person, if you don't make that adjustment, you're causing us to lose. That's called losing. When you don't make the adjustment, when you have the ability, you have the resource, you have everything. Because you won't analyze the situation right, you don't have the proper vision. And when you ain't analyze the situation right, you ain't got the proper vision, you're not thinking properly. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. Our people perish for lack of wisdom, for lack of knowledge, or our people perish from insanity. Let me show you why this group is important. The reason this group is important, these two clips will show you why this group is important.
We've been blessed since.
Remember, we talking about a poor man's campaign. All right. So this is me. And I'm with my brother because we out in California, LA, Crenshaw, at Crenshaw High School, there to help the children. While we there to help the children, I wanted my man to share his story with the world. Because before this video, we had done these events. What we do is we do events to bring the resources and the empowerment to the people that we're trying to inspire and empower to break the cycles financially, physically, mentally, and spiritually, and in the relationships, in the home, and the family, and the community. Financially, physically, the health and wellness, mentally, spiritually, and relationship-wise. So I'm like, yo, we got these cameras now. Yo. Now that we finishing the job that Dr. Martin Luther King said do 40 years ago, they done stacked the deck against us, and now we got a team together here bringing the resources to the people. Can you simply just share what it is we do based off of this shirt that she got on? Now that we got some cameras. It's 2005, 2006, so we was doing it for like 10 years prior to internet jumping off and all of that. And here we are. And here's the response. The prophetic response about where we're going once we harness this technology. And so the other team that you seeing came as a result of us taking this vision, this dream, to bring resources to people who have been outside of the reach of resources And this is us saying we're going to use technology to bridge the gap and explode how we bring those resources to the people.
And with those individuals who I will be sharing this with, the student body at Full Sail, the alumnus at Full Sail, and the industry professionals at realtoreals.com, just share with them a little bit about who Eric Thomas is, what Break the Cycle is, and how important establishing a relationship with industry professionals with realtoreals.com and Full Sail University, how instrumental that will be in going forward in the future.
Well, definitely. As you stated, I'm Eric Thomas, of course, CEO of Break the Cycle, which has been in existence probably now since 1992. We're responsible for academic, personal, and social development of young people across the country. We've been blessed. We've been blessed since. I'd say we've been blessed since the shirt. Yeah, try to get the shirt. I don't want to stop you, but keep going. We've been blessed since 1992 to travel all over this country. Of course, we started our work internationally in Bermuda. We've been in Toronto, Hawaii, throughout the Caribbean, doing this work. We've had invitations to Asia. Of course, at that time, I didn't take that invitation, but we've had invitations to do stuff all over. We've been in St. Martin, doing work there for the Prime Minister of Education, really trying to help people across this country to break cycles. We've been all throughout the United States, as far as north as Canada, as far as south as Florida, as far as west as California, as far as east as New York, New Jersey, DC, etc. And I think it's important to establish a relationship with individuals from Full Sails because, unfortunately, when you deliver a message as powerful as we delivered, and we're only saying that because of what people have said about us, the testimonies that people have given, it's over. We just left California, and whatever we did that day without media, it doesn't exist. It's no longer alive. And so we think that the media aspect will be so powerful because it'll give, this is a technological era. It'll give young people who weren't at the conference, it'll give professional people who weren't at the conference an opportunity not only to see what we do, but get the tools that they need to be able to work with the generation that they're working with. And so that's why it's important. I think that this message is a message that needs to get out throughout the world. And we know that the media, the entertainment media, the multimedia is what's that medium that you get that out. You look at BET and VH1 and ABC and Fox, etc. You look at how they're able to get their message out. And I just believe that we set up an internship where individuals could come and work with us to shoot all of our conferences, to shoot our speeches that we do on major university campuses. I think that this could become a tool that could really change the way not only we deal with our young, troubled or underserved population, but I think at the same time it can give exposure to that generation. They can kind of see, hey, these are the things that you guys are doing. Here are the solutions to some of the problems that we have.
Right on something, you make some great points. And I've been blessed to be able to see where you come from.
He said this is a tool. We're going to use this tool to give exposure to our underserved populations. Be exposed. A multimedia event. Be exposed. This is what we do. I do events where I put underserved populations in the room with individuals, top income earning individuals in various walks of life who come from the places that these individuals come from and want to see these people get an opportunity like they receive the opportunity to transform their lives. Then we also invite into that room individuals who specialize in film, media, content creation, and we've created a school. fine arts school of media production, performing arts. So these young people, all while they're going through school, they could be developing the skills. So at any point when they master the skills, they could be 12, they could be 14, they could be 15, they could be in 10th grade, they could be in 12th grade. It don't matter what point they master the skills. Then they immediately become an asset like this man did once he found out what his gift was. This is what this team is about. Let me show you. Let me show you how we took this tool, we spoke it into life, and let me show you what it grew into. So once again, this is a reminder. Dr. Martin Luther King spoke about a poor people's campaign, right? And he's going to tell you why that failed.
He was very clear. The man was brilliant. The man had a tough mind and a tender heart. He was very clear. And during that period, if ever I saw him angry, it was after he made the linkage between guns and butter and decided we're going to have a poor people's campaign and we're going to stop this war. And everybody turned on him. You hear him.
Everybody turned on him.
A quote that I gave him one night when he called. I was doing a sermon for the next Sunday. And he was so down because as a result of his action at the Beyond Vietnam speech at Riverside. And some things that I later learned when I was chair of the subcommittee of a committee that investigated Dr. King's assassination. A nationwide effort had developed utilizing the press and operatives of the press to discredit him. And he was so down, he said, everybody's turning. The civil rights groups, heads, done the march with us, and turned on him. So you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You don't even think about foreign affairs. You know, you're going to mess up the civil rights movement, and we're not where we need to be, and you're trying to change the whole world. And I quoted for him a English Methodist minister who said, on some issues, cowardice asks the questions that Satan takes the position. And expediency asks the questions of politics. And vanity asks the questions of popular. But conscience asks the question, is it right? Sometimes you have to do some things that may not be politic or expedient or popular, but you do them because they're right. And that was his attitude. And so that we said, we've got to awaken all the American people, particularly in the Appalachian, to the fact that we may have COVID in different ships, we're in the same boat now. Let's work together to spread 5 things. Some income, education, healthcare, housing, and justice. And that's what.
Some things you can't do because of politics. Some things you can't do because of expediency. Some things you must do just because it's right. Let me show you some people who break in chains because it's right. Let's go to my man in Brooklyn. Let's go to my man in Brooklyn, Tupac Shakur. So first, before I go to Tupac, let me show you. So we sat down in Crenshaw in 2006. That's before a recession. The recession hit in 2008, 2009. So when the recession hit, the need for a poor people's campaign, a war on poverty, a war on the Poverty Inc. system was even more tantamount. So I had to go join a team of individuals who were playing in that arena on the highest levels. And when I looked out, as a matter of fact, somebody reached out to me and introduced me to one of the individuals here on this team already, because I was already on the Break the Cycle team with ET. What I saw was, if I could bring these two groups together, the inspiration with ET, the business resources of this team that I'm about to show you, and then the technological skill set from the alumnus of the university that I went to for media arts, called Full Sail University. I'm a 3-time graduate of Full Sail. And they produce every type of media content for the entertainment industry that you could think of. So with the 4 of us in a room, I knew that I would be in this position today to be able to roll this thing out across the country. And that's what we're doing. So 2006, once I was introduced to this new team of people who had resources, of course I called E again. I'm like, yo, we got the opportunity to help these people, help the people that they're already working with. And then when we turn around and we need some individuals to help break some chains in the lives of the people we working with, we already got a team put together. This is the very first event that we put together. All right. The very first event together. And we put this event together to tackle, to kill the big elephant in the room. That's poverty.
But the people have not been able to help you to internalize it, all right? For your language, for who you are as a person, to get it. And I'm telling you, I went from being homeless and a high school dropout to where I am right now, a very successful business. Why? Because somebody helped me to get it. There was that one word they said, or that one phrase, or that one analogy, or that one story they told, that boom, immediately afterwards, I was like, I got it. I get it now. All right, so let me say this, and some of y'all might get it. All right, some of y'all might laugh, but you remember, like, during the holidays, they got those images, right? And you're supposed to see 3D images inside the image, right? I remember I kept looking at that thing and I couldn't get it, like, for real. And I was embarrassed because I was an advisor at Michigan State at the time, and all the students, they were getting it, looking at it. Oh, that's a giraffe. Oh, that's a kangaroo. Oh, that's an airplane. I couldn't get it. I kept looking and looking, and one of my homeboys, he did for me what I'm going to do for you. My man said, E.T., this is what I need you to do, right? I just need you to take the book and place the book, like the 3D image, place it on your nose. Like, put it on your nose. Like, don't look at it. Don't get close. Put it on your nose. And what I want you to do is I want you to pull it softly. Pull it softly, E, slowly. And I want you to look at the image. And I promise y'all, I did exactly what he told me to do. And boom, blew my mind. Boom! I saw not only that image, but I saw every single image. Listen to me. I'm about to personalize it for you. I'm about to make it real plain, because this is what happens. The people who are successful, the people that you look up to, there's 2 things they do. They know what you don't know, meaning they've internalized the information. And number 2, they doing what you're not doing. Right? And look, I'm not asking you to work harder. Some of y'all are overworking. You're making phone call after phone call. You're going through all emotions, right? But you're not the right person. This requires salesman techniques, and you don't have them. I'm going to give them.
All right. So this is a vision. This is a dream to put resources in people's lives. And this is the team This is the team that put it together. It's the event. I saw this happen before we even did it. I knew that once we got these 4 components in the room, I'm telling you, don't matter where you are in life, whenever it's a recipe, when these 4 components get in the room, individuals who are desiring resources, who are looking for a transformation, the inspiration, the individuals with a game plan and a blueprint who have been successful, and the technical experts that can tell the story and get it in the hands of the masses. And I don't care where you are. I don't care what challenge you have in life. I don't care what financial situation you have. I don't care how many generations you've been experiencing poverty. We're looking out at our people just like Dr. Martin Luther King did. But the one thing that we have that Dr. Martin Luther King didn't have is a team. Now, all you got to do is, if you want to go from low life to half life, if you want to transform, all you got to do is get in one of these rooms. We're going to bring the inspiration. We're going to bring the digital storytellers. We're going to bring these successful individuals that we served.
Flatbush Avenue, man. This is where I grew up. As you see, it's nothing but people, young people from the Caribbean looking for an opportunity here. It's a jungle. It's a concrete jungle out here. It's no different than Africa, but without the grass, without maybe the infrastructure, and it's survival. You gotta survive.
Lion Kings are kings of the concrete jungle. This is Brooklyn, New York. His family immigrated from Haiti. Had to start from nothing. And watch the amount of lives that this man transformed in business. I'm going to just show you the team of individuals at that time that he had taken and helped to make 6-figure type income. He's an alumnus of Howard University. He was a promoter. Did I pass the team?
Thank you very much. Good night. So after being a party promoter for close to 20 years and being open to opportunity when the recession started ahead, basically a good friend of mine, I called on for a favor for a Howard homecoming event, saved me a lot of money.
By the way, that check in the background say $130,541. This check right here in the corner Says Tupac the rent court, 130,541. That's just one of his checks that he made. And I think at this point he's about to tell you how he done help. How he helped put financial stability in the lives of a team of individuals.
He used to work for DC Metro, and when we were walking out of that meeting, I was saying how thankful I was to him for extending himself that way. And he handed me a magazine, and it was on September 28, 2007, so we're 6 years from that day now, and that day just actually changed my life. And I said, you know what, I'll read the magazine because he was trying to recruit me for the business, but I didn't know what it was. And I actually read the magazine when I got home. It made sense. I played the DVD. I said, these people aren't all lying. You know, this is on. This can't all be.
Put the tea on, but you got to bring some sugar. All right. Bye-bye. Long story short, he helped over 20 people break six figures. That was in 2013. It's probably way above that now. So what we do is we just go around and we help those who are trying to help others. We give them the inspiration. We give them the empowerment. We do whatever we need to do. Now we doubling back, going back to our peoples. We're trying to raise these babies who still stuck in an economic recession, who still got the deck stacked against them because other people like Dr. Martin Luther King, other communities is getting special subsidies, special tax write-offs, special incentives to launch and start businesses. They getting all of that other stuff. And if we don't create those opportunities ourselves in our communities, nobody will. And so now, what started off in a little college in Huntsville, Alabama, we started off with some individuals who just wanted to help break some negative cycles, has grown into this. And so what I'm trying to tell y'all is we have a new crop of young people who are at the same age, coming out of the same college and university, with the same tools and resources, with the same team, looking to go all over the country, inspiring and empowering people to break the negative cycles. But now they have access to the number one motivational speaker in the world. Now they have access to a team of individuals who, from like you said, from 2012, 2010, right after the recession, during the height of the recession, is 30 different individuals on this team who have made well over millions of dollars. Well over. Before I let him wrap it up, let me show you some females in that category. Let me show you some females on that team. Here's one female.
I am a part of
Here's one female.
That's right.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Listen to me. We are hosting an event that will change your life. So, Merry Christmas. We're excited. We're doing it big. This is how we do it as Black people.
We want to say thanks for all of our business partners that came out tonight. We're having a great time. It's a great way to close out the year. I look forward to everyone's success in the year 2012. So we are ready to make 2012 better than 2011. It's time to go all the way to Diamond, baby.
We're talking about just owning it. So I'm not just talking about business.
Just own it.
We're not just talking about relationships. We're not just talking about money. We're not just talking about your gift. We're not just talking about being successful. In 2015, look, I'm going to share with you the power of taking ownership. Just own it.
Once again, these are examples of blueprints of individuals who, in the height of a recession, was able to join a team, get some inspiration, and all work towards a unified goal of helping themselves and others be successful. And this is what the members of that team look like. This is from Atlanta.
And at the end of the month, Miss Cloud, can you share a couple words with the family in Baton Rouge?
Absolutely. Hello, Baton Rouge. I cannot wait to come and see you on the 27th. I'm telling you, if you guys are ready for a new level of success, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, you're tired of living paycheck to paycheck, you're tired of having more month than you have money, you need to be at this wealth empowerment seminar that we're doing. In 9 years, I've helped 12 people become documented millionaires and dozens of people to earn 5-figure incomes a month, including Mr. Harvey, who's going to be there speaking with me. So if you guys are looking for a vehicle to get to the life of your dreams, to take control of your finances, then you need to be at that meeting on Saturday, July 27th. We're coming with some powerful information that can change your life. So get everybody you know there and get ready for an event that's absolutely going to take you to a new level of success. God bless you, and I'll see you on the 27th.
Once again, this is a team of individuals who believe in going around the country doing economic empowerment summits to give access. Same thing Dr. Martin Luther King was saying we needed to do in the Poor People's Campaign. Bring the resources to our people that they ain't doing. Document. They call it a millionaire maker. Document it. There's one thing that I'm showing you about everybody on this team. Everybody on this team has gone out of their way to help empower others financially, and in return, they've amassed phenomenal success. So on top of empowering others, this is what Miss Cloud does in reinvesting and applying a blueprint of investment and financial wealth creation and wealth building. This is what she does. And the reason I'm showing you all of these people is they the main thing that they say is, my story can be your story. And with this team of individuals here to inspire and empower, there's no reason why this should not be your story. Fashion Week in LA. She's created her own fashion line, and she's in LA. The Millionaire Maker. This is the most powerful statement that you can make when you are a financial fashion statement. You are a walking, breathing model of inspiration and empowerment. And then let E tell you what you need to do to get there. And I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let him tell you two things. I'm going to let E tell you two things.
Did you hear what I just said? You in the wrong place. You gonna get shot and killed. And ain't nobody gonna go to jail for it.
You need to do these two things.
When you leave here tonight, take the escape route. For every temptation, God has made a way of escape. Take the exit. When you leave, when you walk out of here, God's gonna show you how to get out of that relationship. He's gonna show you how to get out that job. He's gonna show you how to get out that friendship. He's gonna show you how to get out that gang. He's gonna show you how to get out that drug cartel. Somebody in this room right now, you don't want to sell dope no more, but you're scared they're gonna kill you. God's gonna show you. He's gonna give you an escape route. Somebody's in an abusive relationship. God's gonna show you how to get out of it tonight. The question is, will you be obedient? God's going to show you how to get out of that. He's going to show you how to get out of it. Are you going to be obedient? Take the escape route. This window, there's a short window. There's a short window. There's a short window, but it's enough room to get out of it right now. You're in this room right now and you need an escape route. I just need to see your hand. I need to know who I'm praying for. You need an escape route. Let me see your hand. Be honest. If you need an escape route, good, it's a whole bunch, Tip. You're going to have to pray after this because it's a whole bunch of them. I'm too tired for this, Tim. I'm too tired. I didn't exhaust too much energy for this one. Amen. But you're going to get it. Tip's going to come. You're going to get it. All right, let's go to the last one. God isn't, because there's kids in the room, I'm sorry. I just thought it was going to be more adults. I was just going to be able to go slang with y'all. God ain't thinking about it. God isn't going to continue to sweat and serve you forever. This is it. I'm closing. God's not going to sweat you forever and serve you forever. Some of you, you're under grace right now. You're under grace right now. God is sweating you when you're not sweating him. There's some other human being that you're giving way more of your attention to, and they're not breathing breath into your nostrils. And God ain't going to keep playing with you. There's a time limit that God is going to deal with you. It's grace. It's a grace period. It's a grace period right now. God's sweating you and giving you blessings that you don't even deserve. God's running up behind your butt right now and serving you, but he ain't going to keep doing it. He's not going to keep doing it. He's not going to keep doing it. There's going to be a point that he's just going to give you up to a reprobate mind. Go. You don't want me, go. Seems like you love money more than me. Go. Have it and see what it'll do for you. You want power more than you want me. Go have it. Go. He's going to let you go because he's a gentleman and he's not going to force himself on you. He will eventually move on to the person that's sweating him and serving him. God's going to admit, I told y'all I was 17, 18 years old. Bob, my boy, was the leader at the time of the church. And Bob had decided to do some things, amen, that, some of our boys was doing. And I will never forget, me and Bob was thick as thieves. His grandfather came up to both of us one day because I was making the shift. I was getting my GED. I was about to go to HOLYWOOD. Bob was staying behind. And Granddad, who was a very, very strong spiritual man, came to me and Bob, and he said, Bob, you're my grandson. I love you. You're one of my favorites. If Bob might have been his favorite, he said, Eric is going to take your crown.
I didn't know. I was 17 years old. I didn't know what he was talking about. I knew something wasn't right though about it. He said, Bob, Eric's going to take your crown. And I'll never forget going to HOLYWOOD doing my thing, and people should be like, man, you explosive. And what was so crazy about it, that for years when they used to tell me the Lord is blessing you, I would listen to my speeches and be like, yo, them mannerisms ain't Bob. I was like, yo, Bob would have said it just like that. They didn't even know that I was taking Bob. I was around Bob so much that I had picked up some of Bob's mannerisms, and Bob was a very strong young man in God, but he never made the decision to leave that stuff alone. And he never sweated God the way God sweated him. And our lives took a turn. That's my homie for life. I wouldn't have my wife without him. I wouldn't have the church without him. I wouldn't have went to Oakwood without him. But Bob couldn't let some of that stuff go. And I let it all go for Jesus. I said, I'm going to bet on Holy Ghost. Holy Ghost. I bet on Christ, and I ain't been the same since.
Now listen, I'm going to tell y'all something. And I hope y'all realize what's happening. There was a man by the name of Dale Carnegie back during the Industrial Revolution that went all around to all of the successful people of the day, which were Rockefellers, J.P. Morgan Chase, all of the big name people that y'all know today and look up to financially today. He ran around and physically went and interviewed each one of them and put a chapter in the book based off of the success principles that they laid out. And he wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich, which was sold multi-millions and millions of copies. And so many people credit that book with how they were able to learn principles of success and then achieve them. But here I am in the digital age, and I've spent over 21 years documenting successful blueprints. And the one thing that I have over Dale Carnegie is none of them included a blueprint of guaranteed fruitfulness and dominion. None of them revealed the blueprint to guaranteed fruitfulness and dominion. They showed you how they amassed fortune, but fortunes are fleeting. Fortune is not dominion. The one thing that we add to blueprints of wealth creation is a guaranteed business plan, financial statement for dominion and fruitfulness. And we dare you, I dare you, from 2006 when we shot the first video. Do y'all know that there are high schools all over the country? There are schools all over the country that start their day just like this, watching these videos. The whole school, they watch these videos before they go into class. And I saw it in 2006. I'm like, if we could just give the people access to this digitally, And then, as we started giving people access and he started blowing up, I started saying, yo, if I could get somebody from Baltimore, if I could get somebody from Philadelphia, from the Bronx, from Trenton, if we could get somebody from Newark, and we're going all over the country. Now we making these stories digital, like E.T. did. And we giving the people the opportunity, just like Dale Carnegie did with Think and Grow Rich, to have access to some economic empowerment, development, and wealth creation, and everlasting business plan, beautiful prints for dominion and abundant life. And the last one, I'm gonna let you go. This is what you need to. This is what you need to change. This is what you need to do differently. This is what needs to be done differently.
All of a sudden, you was like, you're right. They always take.
Change this one thing, things gonna change in your life. Change this one thing, yo. I'm telling you, treat it like Dale Carnegie dropping a jewel. Treat it exactly like Dale Carnegie showing you what Rockefeller did to get his wealth. Because this is what he dropped it. All right? It's one little principle. One easy little beautiful thing about this is if you understand recreation, the best thing a coach could do is give you a drill that you could work on, that you could daily apply and practice. That's the greatest thing that a coach could do for you. Give you a drill that develops a skill. Give me something concrete that I can go and I could and then when I know I'm not doing it right, I need to change this, I need to tweak that. And then when I do it and I put the time in, that's when I have skill in the area. Apply this drill to get this skill. Watch how your life change.
Making food for people who just wanted to go play. And listen to me very closely. Oh, I'm sorry. Listen to me very closely. I love my mother, but I'm not giving my mother control over my life. My mom got control of her life. She don't get to have control. Somebody missed what I said. We about to go to the word. Make sure you catch this. My mom don't have the right to tell me what to do with my life. My mom trained me, and I'm on my own now. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So number two, you got to get this. The only way you're going to get to where God would have you to go is to have control. Because God has given you the freedom of choice, and he ain't going to make you do nothing. So number two, I need you to take the control back so you can get what God has for you. Now, here's the third thing, and we're going to get to the message that God told me to tell you. God told me to tell you to stop making plates for people who are just trying to take it to go. Write that down. So God told me to tell you, stop making food for folks that just wanted to go plates. He told me to tell you that. There's somebody in the room. Your life is screwed up because you're making food for people who just wanted to go plates. I'm talking about you being your life. You are a good person. You phenomenal. You got it going on. You making all these great meals, and there's a whole bunch of people coming to your house, and they got a to-go container. And they listen to me very closely. My grandma taught me when I was young. My grandma had 14 kids who all had kids, and my grandma said, "I will cut you. You can eat as much food as you want at the house, But if I swear, if one of y'all little jokers take some out this house, you get in the business in front of your mama. In front of you, because I used to whip their butt, I'm whipping your butt too. With a switch. Don't take no food out of my house. You can eat as much as you want when you here, but do not pack a plate. And most of y'all running with people who, when you fix food, they come to your house and take it to go plate. They don't bring nothing. They not trying to help you. All they in your life to do is take. And you wondering why your life messed up, because you with takers. You done made a whole spread. They just coming in. They can't even say, they don't have the decency to say hi and thank you. You're so ignorant, though. You just so geeked to have them coming in. So-and-so came to my house. I'm so glad they came over. Listen to me. I promise you there's some other folks who cooking or who would bring at least something to drink and some cups that would love to come to your house. You ain't got to put up with that mess. And so in 2019, God told me to tell you, your life going to go to a whole nother level if you just get rid of folks who bring it in to-go containers. You already know who they are, too. As soon as I said it, you already knew who you like. But see, they'll never bring nothing. You didn't even notice it first until it came in the atmosphere. Then all of a sudden, you was like, you're right. They always take it. I tell my babies all the time, it ain't nothing wrong with helping, but you can't help when you ain't got nothing. You got to have something first before you can help somebody. I couldn't do this if I was broke. The plane tickets cost money. The hotel I'm staying at in Buckhead costs money. I couldn't do this if I was broke. I couldn't be a blessing to you if I was broke. And most of y'all, you broke and you trying to bless somebody when you broke. You ain't that desperate for company. You can't be that desperate to have somebody at your house. And he keep eating at your house but going to stay at her house. I'm just trying to help somebody. He's coming to get a plate from your house, but he's sleeping at her house. She coming to get a plate from your house, but she's sleeping at his house. Ain't nothing wrong with getting a plate, boo, but you gonna have to stay. You gonna have to at least stay. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to put it in so you can understand. And so God is blessing you, but the little resources you got, you're giving them away. So what you're going to have to learn how to do is you're going to have to learn to bring people in your life where it's mutual. You got a bunch of parasites in your life. And what parasites do is suck up everything, and then they move on. Once they kill you, they move on to the next. They ain't even went to your... Listen to me. Most of you in this room, the people you call them friends and you close to, you're going to die. They ain't even going to show up to your funeral. They won't even be there. You ain't as close as you thought y'all were. And how you know is when they bring it to go. So in 2019, when you see folks coming in with your go boys, you're like, X. You watch them come with X, just lock the door. Like, I'm good on that. Because you can't go to McDonald's with a to-go container. So 3 things before we get started. I just want to make sure you own it, right? Give me the first one. We'll stop doing what? Go ahead and take ownership of your life. It's yours. Don't nobody owe you nothing. I'm keeping it 100. Like, I don't mean nothing bad, but like I'm doing it. Somebody text, E, where you at? I'm ministering. I can't answer your call right now. I don't talk to you for a month. Like, you got 2 types of friends. You got one group, you don't talk to them for a month because you grinding, and they like, oh, he grinding. You got the other group, why he ain't called me. I'm like, what? You ain't called, you just, what's going on? You're a taker. At no point did you pray. He ain't called me in a week. He must be refreshed. The Lord bless his refreshment. Like, you should want, if we cool, you should want me to get to 100% so I can have something to give you. You're trying to take the little 20% I got. I got 20 left. You like, let me get that too. So I need you to take full ownership of your life. I need you to stop blaming. Here's the deal. Even if they did it to you, you let them. You gave them permission to do it. It's some stuff. My son had hit me up, and I was talking to his mom, and his mom was just like, yo, it's some stuff that people just don't even call me on. Like, for real. My wife like, don't nobody ever call me for a ride. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wonder why they don't. She like, they don't even feel comfortable calling me for no ride. Like, can you scoop me and take me to I need a ride to the bus station? She like, I would never get them kind of calls. Because nothing about me say I'm giving you a ride to the bus. Ain't nothing on me to say that. You don't never look at me and like, I can get a ride from her. I was like, I could borrow $200 from her. You don't never get that look when you see Dee that you can get $200. I'm talking to somebody. You like, why they keep calling? Because some on you say call you. Some on you say I want to be abused. Some on you say it. You just brought, look, or what my wife will say, if you got 200 from me and you never call me again, that's your last, that's it. Me and you cool. If it costs $200 to get rid of you for the rest of your life, it go to 200. But don't ever call me again till I get my 200 back. Some of you in this room, you're giving people permission to abuse you, to talk to you like that. And you need to put up a new sign saying we're under construction. 2019, it's a brand new year, just put under construction. Don't call me with that no more. Y'all ready? Come on, y'all ready? Yeah. Come on, y'all ready? Yeah. Praise God. Now you wait. Let me see the calendars again. Let's start getting ready. God, I'm about to blow your mind here, right there. Put that there. Yeah. Oh, hallelujah. Put that right there. Yeah. All right. So God gave me this for you. John 21, 3-9. God put this in my spirit for you. Amen. He loves you so much. He loves you so much. And you think you going through it, God going through it, but you living like that. He's so hurt. He didn't create you to be broke. He's so hurt. You're on your third relationship. He's so hurt. He's like, I need you to get this together. You're so hurt. You've not experienced marital bliss, and you've been married for a grip. God's so hurt. He was like, I want to bless you. Go read it for yourself. He said that I want to bless you, that you shouldn't be borrowing. You should be lending. He said you shouldn't be borrowing from nobody. You should be lending. He said nobody should be ruling over you. You should be ruling many nations. Your credit score, you embarrassed about your credit. God, if you think you hurt, God hurt. You think you hurt. I remember being a father when my son was in high school. He wasn't as mature as he is now. I remember in high school, he was like, Dad, you told me you was going to give me this kind of car. I'm like, I want to get you that kind of car. Don't you know as a dad, if you had that kind of car and you dressed a certain way, you know how that would make me look? They're like, I'm taking care of my business. You going to high school in that kind of whip? You got that kind of clothes? You getting those kind of grades? You bring honor to me. But unfortunately, in high school, he wasn't as mature as he is now. And there were certain things I couldn't give him, and I was hurt. Because I have it, and when you have it, you want to give it to your babies. But you can't give it to your babies just because they're your babies. Because you'll kill them. Oh, you missed what I just said. If they arrogant, if they prideful, if they can't say thank you, you will kill them with every gift you give them. They will be good for nothing. And I'm preparing my son not to be happy with me. I'm preparing him to be a good husband. I don't want his wife calling my house. I want that to be taken care of. I don't want nobody calling my house talking about we need prayer. I want the in-laws calling me like, thank you for how you raised your son. Thank you so much. You're taking care of my business. Exactly what I wanted for my daughter. So don't you know that God has an abundance and he mad he can't bless you because of your little broke poverty mindset? Okay. I thought I was going to get something in Atlanta at least. I thought I was going to come to Wakanda and get some amens. That's all right, though. Just say ouch, though. If you can't say amen, say ouch. Amen. So the word of God says, I'm going out to fish. Simon told them, and they said, we'll go with you. So they went out and got in the boat. But that night they caught nothing. Hallelujah. Praise God. Amen. He took people with him and didn't catch nothing. I told you in 2019, you better be careful who you're hanging out with. I can catch nothing by myself. I'm just keeping it 100. I can catch nothing by myself. I don't need no help to catch nothing. These jokers didn't volunteer to go. Amen. Be careful. They didn't volunteer. We'll go. They never said they was going to do nothing, no. We'll go. Come on. Be careful that you're not hanging with people that will just go. Be careful that you're hanging with people that will execute. I know I'm by myself. Thank you. I got a little couple amens in here. Don't you go fishing with nobody that can't help you catch nothing. He can't catch nothing, they can't catch nothing. And so whatever little food I did have for the catch, they didn't ate that. Whatever resources I had when I went out to catch, them resources gone. I'm looking at them, they looking at me. Be careful. Many of you are in the position you're in because who you hanging with. And if you can't catch nothing, go hang out with people who can catch something and just tell them, I can't catch nothing, but I'll carry your stuff though. Let's be real. Don't go with them acting like you can catch something. For real. Because they're going to be disappointed and they're going to cut you. So just keep it 100. Look, my last 10 friends couldn't catch nothing. I can't catch nothing. I want to learn how to catch something. What can I do? Can I carry something? Can I push the boat out? And then jump in the joke after he's going out. I just want to help. I won't even say nothing. I'll be quiet. Amen. Watch this. Praise God. Early in the morning, Jesus stood on the shore, but the disciples did not realize that it was Jesus. Come on, you got to write this stuff down. Got to write this stuff down. So number one, when you go out, don't go out with people who can't execute no more in 2019. If you're going out and it's not a party, if it's not fellowship, if it's not friendship, if you have a bill that needs to get paid, then go with somebody that can help you make it happen. Now, if you want to have potluck, you can do that on your own. But don't, when it comes to handling your business, don't take friends. I want to help somebody. In 2019, stop taking your friend. Don't take your man because that's your man. If it's your man, you can meet him later on in the evening. He ain't got to go out and work with you just because he's your man. If he can't execute, leave him at home. Let him watch the kids. Oh, you missed what I just said. I know you love him and he does right by you, but don't mean he can make money. So you just leave him at home, tell him wash clothes or something. Cook something when I get back. I don't know what you do. Just when I get back, when you do business with people who do business. Are you hear what I'm saying? When it's business, when you're trying to catch fish, don't take your little homie. Take people who can catch fish. Either be your own boss or let somebody else boss you. Stop whining and complaining and having this victim mentality. Self-motivate, self-govern.
All right, so y'all come back, man. I'm about to just do the Dale Carnegie. 2019 Dale Carnegie. But the thing that you're going to get digitally that Dale couldn't give is, once again, on top of economic development. See, inspiration without unlocking capitalization is slavery by another name. Emancipation without taking the key and unlocking capitalization or economic empowerment is just slavery by another name. But even when you tap into some fortune, if you don't have the beautiful print of dominion, it's going to sift through your hands like chaff. And the component that my people have with empowering others is the key to that blueprint. The component that the people that I show you have, the difference between the individuals in Dale Carnegie's book, which was all what the world likes to talk about, self-made. It's all self. That's why there's inequality gaps. That's why Dr. Martin Luther King had to talk about a poor people's campaign. Because the individuals in the book of Think and Grow Rich were the ones that Dr. Martin Luther King was talking about, that the federal government was going out of their way to give federal subsidies, and a subsidy is welfare, business welfare, business food stamps. A subsidy is federal welfare to businesses. So the people that I'm showing you have another blueprint to level the playing field. So come back and get it.